I want blood, Roman.
The $50 club.
$50 club, yes, he's in the $50 club. Fog wrestling in the $50 club.
Well, I'm not, but we will be by
Roman Reigns claims to be a needle mover, but the son of Scotland, 90s.
I'm the needle.
But talking about a real needle mover, right? Brock Lesnar.
My Brock Lesnar kicks after the show.
With his wee cowboy hat.
He shows us a cut that Roman Reigns dished out to him at Madison Square Garden, and we can't see the cut, so...
Yeah, we could have seen the cut. He kept wearing the hat. You seen it once he took the hat off.
This wasn't a good look for Brock Lesnar. See when
or making himself
when you're saying, "Oh, look what he did to me," and there's fucking nothing there. Has someone not done that before? I don't know if it was in wrestling or something.
It's like still game. It's like Bobby when the.
Yeah, look at this.
He's like, you see that? He's like, what? He's like, look at that there. Let's go. But he's just using a wrinkle. He's like, I lost that in a fight, a bar fight.
I lost that in Iraq, mate.
No, I've no problem with at least with Brock, he's like, right, he's showing him the cut. He's like, I'm going to do that to you, sort of way. He's not like, yeah, it's not a good look, like, but I mean, it's not like.
Should have stuck a plaster on his forehead. That would have made it look better.
Yeah, or
actually the plaster.
Or he did a Ric Flair, start punching himself. But anyway, he says he wants
Ric Flair doesn't need to punch himself. He just fucking walks out into the air and
exactly.
Splits over.
Ric Flair next to Dynamite, who knows? But anyway, Brock Lesnar says he wants Reigns. Out comes Paul Heyman. He says Reigns isn't here tonight. And then Brock says, "So you're unprotected." Brock then proceeds to chase Heyman. This was pretty funny. I can't lie. Heyman's, their expressions were pretty on point. Brock steamrolled like 10 vanilla midgets, and then Heyman escaped.
Could this not have been a time to bring back the APA?
Down. What did the crap at APA against Brock Lesnar? What?
I don't know.
Brock would have killed them in 2002, let alone 2022, so your logic is invalid.
Brock's got 20 years older as well.
I suppose those two. Fucking Frick's like, what, 70? JBL's.
Must be in his 50s by now, like well.
55.
Maybe not then. What about APA have some new blood?
Don't.
No, okay.
I want the old blood, damn it. But anyway, this is a pretty decent way to kick off SmackDown. It was funny enough. See, this would be good if you saw Brock and Heyman throughout the show. Like, could Brock not have, like, hunted down Heyman to, like, a hotel room?
Yeah, see, it seems to have seen the car chase away. Like, could we not just see when you see Heyman run away and then Brock gets delayed by beating up security? See when Brock had finished beating up security? Could that not have been the end of the segment? And then, like, a couple of segments' time, you see Brock still running around looking around the arena looking for him? Or you see Heyman trying to
hide?
Aye.
I know.
Could have had fucking Heyman walk into like the women's lobby, and then again they probably wouldn't do something like that in 2022. You know what I mean? Could have had him try and hide in the shower or something. And
Brock just comes in, kills every single one.
I was thinking more, whatever.
Oh, we could do that too, like, but they didn't. They didn't do anything fucking creative.
Nope, they didn't. Let's go. Move on.
Relive the Bloodlines beat down on Brock. So
Seen it already. Let's go.
Yeah. So Reigns is allowed to appear at MSG, but not SmackDown.
Yep, we get blood on MSG, but not SmackDown. You get a Brock Lesnar match at MSG, but not SmackDown.
Next up, with Sheamus and Ridge Holland against the New Day. I feel like we've seen this 100 times, but we get introduced to their associate, Butch.
But wait, hold on here. See, since... How many matches has Brock Lesnar had at Madison Square Garden since he left WWE at WrestleMania 20? I think he's had 2. He's not had a single match on Raw.
Well, he's had one on SmackDown.
He's had one against Kingston, 7 seconds. Oh, come on.
See, is that because I'm Brock, I'm only working 7 seconds, or is that I'm Brock, he's Pish, this is no going more than 3? Both? Probably both.
I don't know about fucking Aaliyah Mysterio, who wasn't on the night show, by the way. Her being the record holder, I mean, Brock should have beat the record on Kingston.
Should have been fucking 2.9 or something. Kingston's up, Pish.
Anyway, Sheamus, Ridge Holland, welcome, they introduced a new associate, Butch.
Pete Dunne.
And it's Pete Dunne.
Didn't you know this was Pete Dunne? I said that looks like Pete Dunne.
It's Pete Dunne dressed like someone for Peaky Blinders. That's essentially what this is.
Peaky Blinders is shite. Exactly.
So is Pete Dunne, so this is a recipe for disaster. Yeah.
Team win though. Sheamus and Ridge Holland win, and Butch keeps on battering.
So how did they have fucking Pish?
These two have been world champs within like 2.5 years.
Right.
And Big E was like 2 months ago. And they're getting beat by a Pish version of Peaky Blinders, which is already Pish.
I'd be willing to bet a large portion of money that Big E or Kofi will never be champion again.
I'd bet my bank account.
let's be real, right?
Especially Kingston.
I think Kofi Kingston benefited from the Black Lives Matter Pish.
Yeah.
And Big E to an extent.
But at least with Kingston,
100%. So,
factual.
so is that not like reverse racism?
Exactly.
Because Kofi Kingston,
Especially Kingston,
yeah.
right? Because Big E, at least he has a size. But with Kingston, there's nothing to him.
Yeah.
He would never have held the belt. I mean, Bobby Lashley, if he was white, I think would still hold the belt.
I mean, would you put Kingston and Big E in the top 10 black wrestlers in WWE right now?
Fucking... If you're going to say all the time, I was like, what the fuck crack you on?
I actually prefer Apollo Crews. At least when he had that Nigerian gimmick. I know he's turned into a jobber now, but I thought that Nigerian gimmick was good.
He's turned into one, he hasn't been back. Like,
I mean, realistically, if they wanted a black champion, you could have just booked R-Truth serious. I mean,
exactly.
McMahon loves R-Truth, but not enough to give him the belt.
Capital punishment to bury him at a fucking pay-per-view. I'll do politics, brilliant.
Do you know what I mean? So R-Truth, yeah, you could bring him back. I mean, you've got Lashley, so you don't need Big E.
Exactly.
I mean,
Next up, though, we've got Happy Corbin leading a 4-on-1 ambush against Drew McIntyre.
just saying
Garbage.
Ricochet's black, by the way.
Yeah, well, let's talk about people who are brown. We've got we've got the Indians. We've got the Indians. We've got
Multicultural and running wild.
We've got Corbin, Madcap Moss, who's somehow still alive, and we've got the Indians.
The only thing worse than Drew McIntyre beating up 4 brown guys would have been, I think, if Hulk Hogan came back and beat up 4 brown guys.
I'd have took it. This is fucking awful.
What you gonna do, Indian boy?
We
talked
about this off camera. It's like, how are you supposed to believe McIntyre against Happy Corbin when McIntyre can beat 4 on fucking 1?
Yeah, how's it going to be a competitive match when, you know, Corbin 4-on-1 can't even beat Drew down? Like, you know, it's fucking retarded. It's, I never recall, like, Evolution getting battered by Goldberg, like, and then Goldberg's going to go 1-on-1 with Triple H. Like, it just wouldn't have made much fucking sense, you know? Like,
exactly.
I remember when the Ministry of Darkness came out and Undertaker and his cronies got battered by Austin single-handedly, and then Austin and Taker had a match. No, I don't remember that either.
Exactly. Next up, though.
Like, you know, you could see the Ministry. You could understand. See if they just sent like fucking Midian and Fisher down, and Austin beat them up 2-on-1. You could get that. But if Taker goes down with them, if Taker goes down and he's down with Bradshaw and he's down with Farouk and Midian and Fisher are there, and it's 5-on-1, and Austin still wins, then Taker looks like a fucking he looks like a jobber.
They should have just did 3-on-1 and left Corbin it, but they didn't. So we move on. Next up, we have a 3-minute 09 segment with Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey. 3 minutes of awfulness, and then 9 seconds of the worst promo you'll ever hear. This isn't. I don't even know what they talked about. Well, apart from the end, but
I think Ronda Rousey's first run was brilliant, right? For someone that had just entered, she had it. But I don't know what's happened. It's in the 3-4 years since, but she's not got it anymore. She's pretty shit. That's
on the mic. She's never good on the mic, but I mean,
I think she was better on the first time around.
I would never say she was good.
I would say she was good, but I don't remember.
If you're a star and you can work a unique style, it works, you know.
I don't remember her being this bad. Like, I mean,
see at WrestleMania, I'm taking your arm home if you don't tap. What? Alright, Keith Lee, you fucking monotone bastard. And it's like Charlotte just repeats the same pish.
Nah, Keith Lee prefers wings.
Right? I don't like Becky Lynch and all this shit, right? But at least you could say the Becky Lynch character's evolved. Charlotte has been the same fucking cookie cutter. I'm the queen. I wear a robe. My dad's robe. For what? I mean, it's literally been like 7 years. What's changed?
Talk about stepping out your father's shadow. How about you step out your father's fucking robe? You fucking overrated bastard.
I know. This was Pish. Anyway, talking about Pish, with the Usos up next. Then Rick Boogs and Nakamura come out and he's like, "Oh, I'm with Nakamura."
My name is Rick
Boogs. And then the Usos. They used to say if Rick Boogs, if Rick Boogs can beat me in a event Jey Uso, he's in the mid card
against main event Jey Uso, and fucking the only main event it when everyone else was it before COVID and shit. I mean, when was the last time Jey Uso main evented? Has he ever won a main event?
No.
Literally the only reason he main evented was so whoever was going to face Reigns could beat him and get a title shot.
Basically, he says if Rick Boogs can beat him, they can have a title shot at Mania. Rick Boogs then turns out he's faking the injury, beats Jey Uso, but then Jimmy hits him with a guitar.
Instead of main event Jey Uso, should it not be main event Job Uso?
Yeah, literally. But literally, this was fucking Pish. And I can't believe this is going to be a tag match at Mania.
Usos bragging about being tag team champs for nearly a year when it's not even been 2/3 of a year. So do the math.
They're like 130 days off of being a year.
Yeah.
We're not talking like a month. We're talking like
More than a
4 months.
Like, I mean,
like 5 months.
That would be like getting to about mid-August and going, oh man, it's fucking nearly Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, it's like...
Literally. Right, this was Pish. Nothing new though. Right, talking about Pish with Sasha Banks and Naomi against Natalya and Baszler. What the fuck is this?
Well, I'm going to assume Sasha Banks and Naomi won because their team with Natalya shouldn't be winning nothing.
Yeah, we watched this. We don't know who won.
Yeah.
That just sums up how Pish it is.
I think what's sad is this match is going to happen at Mania. You're going to be getting like a multi-woman tag match for those belts, and it just that's why I'm against the whole 2-night thing, because I would
Even
like
if it wasn't 2 nights, it still stick fucking on.
I don't think they would.
Would they not? Alright.
No. Pre-show, perhaps, but
Potentially, right?
well, I guess it could be pre-show on one of the nights anyway. But
Exactly, but then we have
one of the best things about the show.
oh, not Pat. I'm talking about the Flair Rousey.
Right,
That happened before the main event. Right, yeah, with someone, I don't know, someone's attempting to leave the arena, or both of them are at the same time, and then they basically get in a brawl, Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair.
Well, they're getting a brawl, but it's fucking retarded because they're trying to. They're not really holding Charlotte back, and they're trying to hold Rousey back, but they're not doing a good job yet. And then as soon as Charlotte gets the upper hand, they kind of stop trying to hold anybody back. So it's kind of like, here, we need to make it look as if we're holding these two back, but really what we're trying to do is we're trying to hold Rousey back so Flair can get the upper hand without Rousey looking weak. And it's like, it just makes everyone look fucking dumb and stupid. I mean, Jamie Noble's there, and he's like, you know, like, what is it? I mean, 1 minute he's trying to hold her back, and he can't do a good job, and then Charlotte's turning around and saying to him, "Don't touch me," and it's almost like, you know, she's saying that because she's a woman and he's a man. Because I don't think you would get. I don't think you would get. I mean, if there's security holding back a guy, I don't think the guy would start to go, "Oh, don't touch me." But it's like 1 minute you're supposed to be equal. Oh, we're supposed to be just as good as the men, but the next minute it's not okay for a male security guard to try and hold you back because he's put his hands on it. I mean, like, you know, like, which one is it?
Oh well.
No, which one is it?
Exactly, which one is it? It's a load of fucking Pish.
And like,
We'll see when
I'm not gonna. I don't know. Like, let's be real. Like, Charlotte's a pretty big woman, right? And I'd say she's strong. She's, you know, in her physical prime. Jamie Noble is not in his prime and is a bit of a midget. I don't think it's unbelievable that Charlotte could overpower Jamie Noble.
No, I think she would.
I think she could maybe go to the gym and lift. I'm not saying she would, but I think there's a possibility that she's definitely probably more athletic than Noble. Let's be real.
I'd say she'd be able to lift more than Jamie. Jamie Noble's Pish.
Right. But there was more. My point is there was more than Jamie Noble here. There was Jamie Noble. There was a guy that looked like Buddy Murphy. There was another couple of guys. There was a guy that looks like Paul Ellering.
Yeah, there was a woman referee.
There's a guy that looks like a mix between Paul Ellering, and Joey Mercury.
Oh, it's Joey Mercury.
Remember this, Joey Mercury?
I tell you what, I don't know what happened to Joey Mercury.
He lost 10 feet.
He lost fucking 10 feet of her. Well, 10 feet of, I don't know
I
what.
could have swore he was it wasn't that much.
He was a wee bit smaller than Nitro.
Nitro.
And then he's smaller than fucking Noble. What happened?
Smaller than fucking Layla Hirsch.
See when he broke his nose at Armageddon? He must have lost fucking. He was just burst like a balloon.
That's sad. I referenced Layla Hirsch and you have no idea what it fucking is.
Layla, is that Futurama?
No.
Okay, that's only.
That's a person that's on primetime fucking TNT network, Steve.
AEW?
Aye. Not a 4-foot midget.
No.
The woman? No.
Well, 4-foot midgets, the whole fucking card like so it doesn't.
My point is,
Marco Silver, whatever his name is.
Joey Mercury got fucking small, and it looks a bit stupid that 8 people can't hold them back. Like,
I know.
I mean, you know, that's what it is.
And then like they get on top of the car, and it's almost like the car's like hot lava, and they can't go on it.
But then we after this we have another brawl between Pat McAfee and Austin Theory, and there's only 2 guys come out, and they're actually able to fucking hold them back. Albeit maybe you could argue Pat McAfee and Austin Theory weren't brawling with the same sort of intensity or whatever, but you know, still.
Stupid. And that leads to our main event. Ricochet versus Sami Zayn. Ricochet wins. Yeah.
Now, Austin Theory, Pat McAfee, it's happening at Mania. Pat McAfee wanted to be professional, call the match. Austin Theory slaps the headset off his head again.
So all this did was make the main event worse because we just get stuck with Michael Cole.
Yeah, Pat McAfee then jumps over the barricade and starts attacking Theory. They get dragged out. You're supposed to have the Intercontinental title match. It's supposed to be a big deal. It's supposed to be a main event. Yet it kind of just got overshadowed by Austin Theory and Pat McAfee. So is this not something you do when there's a jobber match in the ring? Like, I mean,
like see back in the day, right? See the way King always just do the one-off match. You try to tell me like Van Dam and Guerrero about to go out in that ladder match on Raw, and King gets interrupted by Raven, even though Raven and King are fucking superior to these two bums. Well, even though Pat McAfee's alright, but you get my point.
could you just imagine?
Black Brim by Raven's not going to interrupt the ladder match.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine Austin is in the ring, ready to defend the title?
Yeah,
and Raven and Jerry Lawler brawling at ringside, and it's
you hurt your leg.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get this show, but Ricochet wins. Pish match that no one cared about.
The number 2 guy on SmackDown, number 2 babyface, behind Drew McIntyre. Well, I guess Brock's doesn't count
because he's both shows. Anyway, and that's another thing. Like, see on Raw, are we not going to get Brock and Reigns?
Nope.
So what the fuck?
3 hours of fucking pish.
It's honestly, they need Austin. They need Austin Owens. Like, they need it. They need Taker. They need Cena. They need Dwayne.
Get him back.
Anyway, though, what's this rating getting?
Let me see.
I'll give
it a 2. I'll give it a 2. I mean, what did I like? Not a lot. I mean, the opening segment was alright. I mean, the wee Pat McAfee thing was alright. The Flair Rousey thing, parking lot brawl was. It was. I like when you see different fucking. Like you get different views of the arena and stuff like that, rather than everything happening in the ring, or backstage where they interview them. You know that wee pretend ring they've got backstage. No. Why did they think that was a good idea?
I seen like the go home. I'm not even the go home show, but we're not be like, fuck. Why didn't they do? They would never do it. Like, but could you imagine you were getting Reigns and Charlotte against Brock and Rousey, like on the go home show? They would never do it. Like, but now I guess a fucking.
I know, but I'd even settle for. I would still settle for the Usos versus Reigns handicap match.
Reigns, yeah.
Well, Usos versus Brock even.
Anyway, though, 2 out of 10, guys. We're going to review Rampage soon, which is worse than this because we only watched one.
Wait, hold on a minute. Is Sonya Deville not like a MMA fighter, or did I make this up?
Yes, she is. But what is she?
So why was her versus Ronda Rousey not semi-competitive?
She's Pish.
I know, but.
Oh, she's an MMA fighter.
I know, but would you not argue? Well, fucking Lashley's an MMA fighter.
Well, fucking Bart Gunn's a boxer and he get fucking killed by.
Is he?
Well, I mean, he probably won more fights in the Brawl for all than Barbean's on his whole fucking life.
Oh man.
Anyway.
Who would you have bet in that fight, by the way?
The Barbean, come on.
I think some people actually thought Bart Gunn had a chance. Bart Gunn thought he had a chance.
No, I think.
Yo, does that not just see the way? Does that not just people talk about levels and stuff? Was that fight not just like that's like why boxers like I think they're out in the streets like they shouldn't be getting into fights, like, you know what I mean, because like,
yeah,
I mean, you could legit kill somebody.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, but it's also I bet you Bart Gunn didn't train for that up until like the last week or something. I fucking bet you.
Aye, whereas in reality, to have a chance, he would have needed to be fucking training.
Rocky 4.
It's like, because they're thinking it's throwing punches and it's more than that. I mean, it's like your timing and your distance and stuff like that, and
taking punches. I bet you didn't even fucking train that.
Yeah, I know.
I bet you he got hit by Butterbean once. I bet you. Fuck, you seen it as soon as he got hit once. Fucking did.
No, but like, he probably didn't think, oh, here, I'll need to like see this whole. Oh, but like the range, I mean, to a boxer, like the range is like, you know, fucking, we're talking like that. I mean, because like anytime you see fights and like, oh, they maybe take like 3 or 4 rounds to, like, you know, you see why there's nothing happening in the first round. It's because normally like I feel like fucking
Bart Gunn felt him out here within 2 seconds.
Bart Gunn, like, I mean, he should have social distance. He should have tried to keep 2 meters, but he went in. I mean, Barbean's got short arms. He should have.
Alright, well, this is a SmackDown review, not WrestleMania 15.
Alright, if you want us to, I think we should review WrestleMania 15.
Why is that? I don't know what's going on my laptop. Just black screens appear. But anyway, till next time.
Peace.
Critical update. No.